The 2026 Royal Rumble is less than 2 weeks away, and I've got 35 surprise entrances that are legit possible, could happen within the realm of possibility. Let's go over them. First, we'll do the surprise entrances who are almost no-brainers, almost borderline not surprise entrances. Brock Lesnar, he'll probably be in it. Let's be honest, Brock Lesnar's going to be in it. Oba Femi, also most likely. I mean, he's getting a bunch of vignettes as we speak, so I highly doubt those two are really that surprise entrances. I know you probably want some juicier picks, but don't worry, they are coming. I got Undertaker on this list, and you're like, whoa, Chop, Undertaker's retired. I mean, is he? Is he really retired? I mean, I seem to recall Shawn Michaels was retired and he came back for a Saudi payday. And guess where they're at? They're in Saudi Arabia. And spoiler alert, Shawn Michaels is on the list too. I'll explain those later. But Chris Jericho recently, his contract seems to have expired from AEW. The Royal Rumble would be a perfect spot for his return. He has the countdown timer and everything. Chris Jericho, probably a lock. AJ Lee, I'm not considering her a surprise entrance, but I do consider Paige a surprise entrance. It was like, Paige was like her best friend slash enemy, her frenemy, if you will, back in the day. Paige has recently come out on the indie scene in her old WWE theme song even. So if she's allowed to use her WWE theme song, that relationship must be good. I Show Speed, the YouTuber. I Show Speed was in last year. Remember that that YouTuber that Braun Breaker pretty much murdered with his spear? Well, I could see something like that happening here. Plus, I Show Speed has actually been training with Randy frickin' Orton on his own YouTube channel, I Show Speed's channel. So there's a budding relationship there. And who knows, maybe we have like a Pete Rose Kane type of relationship between I Show Speed and Braun Breaker. This year he comes for revenge and then Braun Breaker kills him again. Let's do people who are injured who I could see also returning. So unfortunately, I am not putting Big E or Piper Niven on this list. Big E, I think he's done. Piper Niven, she hurt her neck, actually. And so, yeah, I think the jury is out on her. Seth Rollins, not on the list. I think his injury, if we're lucky, we get him back by WrestleMania. So those three are off the table, but I could totally see Bianca Belair returning here. She broke a knuckle that has kept her off TV since last WrestleMania. Well, I think she returns right here. Chad Gable's been out with, was it a shoulder injury? I think it was a shoulder injury. He's been out for a long time, but on social media, the guy's looking jacked right now. Prime for a return, not just a return. I could see him being the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble. I could totally see him going over an hour. Dominic Mysterio, also a shoulder injury. It happened last month. There was a little bit of a scare that it would require surgery, but it doesn't. Also, Tiffany Stratton, some kind of injury. We don't know for sure, but you know what? The last time we saw her was as champion. She lost to Jade Cargill. I could see her returning right here. Now let's do some call-ups. Now these might not be full call-ups, these might be one-off appearances, but Sol Ruca, Blake Monroe, Ethan Page, and Mr. Iguana, they could all 100% just be here. The NXT call-ups, those are just people that are ready and just, you know, the more experience on the main roster, the better. But Mr. Iguana would just be a funny segment. Heck, who knows? Let's, I'll make it 36 entrants. We can have Santino Marella appear real quick, and then we can have the Snake versus the Iguana. Santino is a part of TNA, and there's a good relationship there, but Mr. Iguana, that's probably gonna happen. I'd put Omos on here. Omos has made a lot of appearances in AAA. Omos is like, I think he's like 23 feet tall, and WWE loves a big man in the Royal Rumble, and then they have like all 20 participants team up on him and throw him out. I could see Omos getting that spot right there. Here's some AEW people I could see on here. Sasha Banks recently has said that I'm taking a break from AEW, I believe, because she started losing some of her championships. I still think she's under contract though, but boy howdy, what if Sasha Banks Banks somehow could make it here. Then we have a spot where all 4 of the horsewomen are there, but I think Sasha Banks is still pretty locked down in AEW, so she's very unlikely. But, what about Powerhouse Hobbs? He's no longer under contract with AEW. What do you want to make a big, huge, shocking surprise, an impact right away? You want to skip NXT, go right to the main roster? Well, put Powerhouse Hobbs right in the Royal Rumble. What about Britt Baker? Britt Baker was a huge part of AEW in its inception. Britt Baker is like, she's a dentist. And, we haven't had a dentist since Isaac Yankem. So, like, there's definitely a void of dentist gimmicks in the WWE right now. She was an excellent talent. I mean, there was some backstage drama attached to her, but then again, there was backstage drama attached to CM Punk. I could see it if she's no longer under contract. I don't know what her contract status is, but she would be a surprise and get the dirt sheets talking, the internet abuzz. And even though Triple H says he doesn't care about the internet, he cares about the internet. And he cares about hurting Tony Khan as well. So, like, that would be a win-win. Kane, Trish, Lita, Dolph Ziggler, Mark Henry, X-Pac. These are all lists. These are all people who I could see just as a surprise callback. A surprise, like, oh my God, I can't believe it's them. Like, Kane has like the most, I think he has the most Rumble appearances and overall the most Rumble eliminations. So Kane would be an easy one to throw in. Maybe he eliminates Mr. Iguana. You know what I'm saying? And then he's eliminated. Trish and Lita, they come back off and on all the time. It's never a bad thing to have those two appear. Dolph Ziggler, he just recently appeared in the John Cena tournament. So, like, I could see that. I could see that. Hey, Dolph, you want to come in on this and just have a one-off? Mark Henry's a big dude, right? He would be a good one for someone like Powerhouse Hobbs or Oba Femi to eliminate. You have him come in as like, just destroys everyone. And then you have that moment where it's either Oba Femi or it's Powerhouse Hobbs. They look across the ring and there's Mark Henry. And then they just start going at it and they eliminate Mark Henry. X-Pac, I like X-Pac being in here because X-Pac in the past has said, I want one last appearance in WWE. He's in great shape. And, well, he's friends. He's totally friends with his click buddy, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I mean, we all love our nostalgia pops, but Saudi Arabia really loves those nostalgia moments, so I can see them calling in as many Attitude Era people as they can. Brie Bella. Nikki Bella, I think would be in the Royal Rumble, and her twin sister, Brie. They could, you know what? I think we need some more women tag teams, and they could easily be inserted into the women's tag team division. But I hope if they do it, Brie doesn't actually enter, but they do twin magic. So Nikki Bella, she like escapes the middle of the ring, and then Brie comes, out the other side. Nikki comes out number 3. Does twin magic. Brie then wrestles for 10 or 20 minutes. They eliminate Brie, and then Nikki gets in, and then the refs are like, oh, well, I mean, technically Nikki was never eliminated, so then Nikki can then go. That's what they should do. Ronda Rousey, I could see happening. I know Ronda has talked a lot of smack about WWE, but you know what? A lot of wrestlers have talked a lot of smack about WWE, and they were welcomed back. And, Ronda, I don't think she'll ever actually wrestle full-time in WWE again, but a one-off appearance, that's a huge paycheck from Saudi Arabia just to be in for 10 minutes. Like, seriously, Ronda Rousey could be in for 5 minutes and probably make $1 million. And if they do Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler was released by WWE. She has a good working relationship. She comes in every once in a while as an NXT producer even. So it wouldn't be that far-fetched or crazy if Shayna Baszler entered the Royal Rumble just as a quick appearance. Grande Americano. What if? Okay, so there's a nasty rumor out there that there have been 2 Grande Americanos in WWE. And they like to point to the fact that in the beginning of Grande Americano's run in the WWE, they used to shoot him at a weird angle that made him look short. But that has led people to say, no, if you look, there's a tall Grande Americano and a short Grande Americano. So what if WWE did that thing where you put another Grande Americano under the mask, a shorter one, a really jacked one, and he comes in, and now you have a stare down between tall Grande and short Grande. It'd be kind of like when they did Evil Sin Cara, Good Sin Cara, Evil Kane, Good Kane, or now you got good Grande Americano, bad Grande Americano, but one short, one tall. Could do that. You could do that. That'd be an interesting angle. What about the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt Hardy? If you did surprise entrance, you could it could be cool if you did something like Jey Uso, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, then you do Jimmy Uso, then you do Matt Hardy, and then you do Xavier Woods. And then you have 3 amazing tag teams as your first 6. That would be kind of cool. And Matt Hardy has recently said, I would love for a triple threat between us at WrestleMania. It could start right here. And the Hardys are in TNA as their champions. So, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Make it a ladder match, put the TNA titles and the WWE titles on the line in that ladder match, tag team titles match, boom, right there, let's go. Braun Strowman, it could happen. He is the first winner and only winner of the greatest Royal Rumble of all time. I think it was 50 entries, or was it 60? But it was actually the first Saudi Arabian PLE in WWE ever. It was headlined by the greatest Royal Rumble of all time, and Braun Strowman won. It would be kind of cool if he brought the belt and he said he was defending it. And now let's go totally crazy. I actually put John Cena on this list. I do not think John Cena will do it. I just don't. But remember, he used to say how The Rock was a part-timer, he didn't have passion for the business, and all this stuff. He talked so much smack about The Rock, right? And then years later, he walks it all back, he apologizes, he says, you know what, I was a different person then. You grow as a human. And well, what if he does that for his retirement? What if he literally says, you know what, when I retired, I meant this, and I grew as a human, and I realized that I can have a better positive effect on WWE if I return for these quick matchups. John Cena could totally just walk it all back and make it seem like that we're the idiots for wanting him to stay true to his word. I don't think so. I actually do think John Cena is going to stay retired, but if there was a moment, Saudi Arabian PLEs are where the impossible happens. Now let's talk to other people who have retired, but well, never say never. Undertaker. I do think Undertaker could maybe kind of sort of do it here. Now when he retired, he didn't say this is a retirement match. He was kind of looking for the perfect match to retire on. And when he got the Boneyard match at WrestleMania 36, he said, that's it. That was it. I'm retired. And then, though, when he returned at WrestleMania 40 to chokeslam the final boss, The Rock, well, he was like, you know what? That actually felt like my retirement, because the Boneyard match wasn't in front of people. It was a pre-taped cinematic match, and he's like, I really needed that closure of WrestleMania 40. But, I mean, Undertaker's one of those old-timers, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but he misses the pop. He misses the pop of the wrestling arena, and I could see maybe Undertaker knows he can't go for an entire full match, but what if he could go for 5 minutes? What if he could do all the big spots? You know what I'm saying? All the big spots, deliver one tombstone. Who knows? If Kane is in there, he eliminates Kane even. Who knows? But the reason why this is a good prospect, because Undertaker, for one, has never said he was retired, or he never had his retirement match, so there is a back door open for him to come in. But what if the person who eliminates him is Gunther? You got this Gunther gimmick right now of a career killer, and if he were to eliminate Undertaker, that would then allow him to add Undertaker to his resume without having to actually go a full match with Undertaker, who might not be able to physically do it. I'm going to throw Shawn Michaels here as well. And you're like, well, Shawn Michaels, he retired. But he came back. He came back. He came back for a Saudi Arabian payday. Okay, but he regretted that, and he said that doesn't count. I'm like, well, it counts. It counts. Just because he says it doesn't count. Like, I can tell you all day, this black hat, it's blue. It's blue. It's still black. It's still black. No matter what I say, it still happened. Shawn Michaels came back, but from Shawn Michaels' perspective, and he even said this in a Chris Van Vliet interview. He's like, but what is really coming back? Would you consider a Royal Rumble a comeback? He's like, no, I'm still retired. Those are just one-offs. So in Shawn Michaels' mind, he doesn't consider these one-offs as like tarnishing the memory of his retirement match, of his career. So what if Shawn Michaels came out? What if Shawn Michaels came out and, we had a couple of his NXT guys kind of face off with him? They get that moment of, wow, I'm in the ring with Shawn Michaels. And again, Shawn Michaels can't go like he used to, but he could probably give a couple super kicks out here and there, and that would be a huge moment. So I'm just throwing it out there. Rock, the final boss, The Rock shows up. If The Rock came out and he eliminated Roman Reigns, boom, off to the races. We are going to WrestleMania. Maybe not WrestleMania 42, but WrestleMania 43. WrestleMania 43, The Rock and Roman Reigns. Who would eliminate him, though? Just have Jacob Fatu eliminate him. It wouldn't be akin to when Maven eliminated The Undertaker, but it would have that feeling of it would be such a crowning moment for Jacob. It would elevate him so much, and he wouldn't even have to win the Rumble. It'd be crazy if you allowed Jacob to eliminate The Rock with the help of Roman, maybe. And my final surprise pick is a former WWE champion. That's right, Vince McMahon. Could you imagine? No, it's not Vince McMahon, but holy crap, the internet would explode, would melt, would just everything implode in of itself. A black hole would open and suck our world into it. But no, my final pick is Stone Cold Steve Austin. The glass breaks, the place erupts, and boy howdy, even though it's in Saudi Arabia, I bet we would be able to hear that pop, the crowd pop, all the way here in the States. It would be nutsoid, and I don't think Stone Cold would win, but I do think he would deliver 800 stunners, drink 800 Steve Weisers, and you know what? He was recently name dropped by Cody Rhodes on WWE TV. He said there's only been a handful of people who ever won 2, and there's only been 1 that ever won 3. And so, you want to turn Cody heel, you have him eliminate Stone Cold Steve Austin. Boy howdy, people would hate Cody Rhodes. But if we're not willing to turn Cody Rhodes yet, well, other people could do it. I wouldn't give it to Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, Dom would get the boos, but we'd be cheering Dom in a month again. I would give it to someone that you really, like Ethan Page, because Ethan Page, I want to hit him in his face so bad, but Cody Rhodes. If we turned Cody heel, I would have Cody eliminate Stone Cold Steve Austin. But again, I know he's retired, but he has said he has alluded that he has one more match in him. And I don't even think the Rumble would be his last match. I could see him doing one last match at WrestleMania 43. This would be kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin is very protective of his legacy and his appearances. So maybe Stone Cold would do this one to see where he's at physically. And that would determine if he does have one more match or not. So, all right, boys, all right, girls, those are my surprise entrants for the Royal Rumble 2026. Who did I forget? Put it in the comments below. Who do you think are the most likely? Put it in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Win yourself a WWE replica belt by commenting and subscribing. See ya, bye.